2024 is going to go down in the history books. Let me tell you, it's such a big year. Major transformation worldwide on many different levels. I'm going to talk about my predictions for 2024 in today's video. And remember that we are never predicting specific things to happen because we are in a shape-shifting quantum field, which means that anyone that predicts the future is really stuck in one specific timeline. So, but there's a lot of themes I'm going to talk about today, and you're going to be mind blown as to the changes that happen in the world. All right, let's get right into it. I'm Roxanne. This is EARTH1111. Thanks for tuning in. All right, theme number 1 for 2024. New technologies that are so massive that's going to make 2023 seem like the Stone Age. Let me tell you, we are going to be seeing things come out in 2024. And again, this is just the beginning. We are just in the infant stages of these new technologies. Of course, a lot of them are linked to AI and other things, which was why we need to have major discernment. Let me tell you, I'm gonna have a full video actually about AI coming up because I've been really contemplating many things. Let me just give you a hint. It's not random why we are here in this exact moment of not only ascension, the star activation cycle, but also the birthing of AI. It's not coincidence. There's a reason for that, and I'll talk about that in a full video, so subscribe to the channel because I'll be talking about that coming up this month. But we're going to be seeing a lot of new technologies that are going to be mind-blowing. A lot of these things have been kind of bubbling to the surface that have been hidden from the public eye for many years. Now we have to realize that it's the consciousness level of people that needs to rise up in order to really see the birthing of a lot of these new technologies, because we're not ready for it. And of course, there's the other side, right? The powers that were, let's say, that don't want a lot of technologies to come out because it will disrupt their money flow and their suppression of consciousness on the planet. So just have in mind that we're going to be seeing a lot of new technologies, not necessarily ones that are good for humanity. There's a lot of technologies that are toxic, that are really created to keep humanity suppressed at the lowest level possible. And that's going to be ramping up. But also things like healing frequency devices made with light and sound. Of course, these are already trickling out. There's a lot on the market. I wouldn't necessarily trust a lot of what is out there. There's a few that I have been actually trying out that I will talk about also in a future video and give you guys some suggestions, because everyone and their dog wants to create and benefit and profit from the fact that humanity is in a very toxic, right, unhealthy level right now. And it's getting worse, of course, with a lot of people. As the light comes in, the toxicity has to come up. Things like med beds are already kind of out there, hidden from the public view. Of course, there's going to be a lot of the people that are against these technologies, let's just say, a lot of squawking very loudly about, right, from the people that have been making profits for many years. So just know that as these new technologies come out, we're going to be seeing the suppression of them just as quickly. Could we be seeing hover cars, crazy new technologies to do with free energy? Again, these are things that are going to be very hard to really blast out in the world, because a lot of corporations are not going to be making money anymore if these free energy devices come out. So just have that in mind, that we don't necessarily want to trust every single invention coming out, because there's a lot that are being created to suppress people, right? And we already see a lot of those things with the virtual reality headsets, right? The attempt to make people literally stuck in the metaverse, let's just say. All right, a lot of industries are going to be getting taken over by AI, especially things like Hollywood. So, of course, remember, because we are birthing a new energy on this planet, things that are not in alignment with allowing all of humanity to rise are going to be getting outed. So we're going to be seeing, of course, many people getting outed, including a lot of Hollywood actors. Of course, there's a big list coming out of all the people that were on, let's just say, a specific island that was not good. Lots of these things you got to remember are distractions from what's really important. So just know that whether it's Hollywood actors being outed, whether it's politicians, it's going to be ramping up. So that's another thing. Specifically, America has a big event coming up in November. I'm not going to use any keywords, but you know what that is. Now, because of that, we're going to be seeing in the world just the amount of loud squawking, let's just say, on social media, trying to create disruptions, division. It's going to be getting louder. As things get louder, you have to search out quiet, right? Your nervous system is going to be on overdrive if you're tuning into all the garbage, and it's going to be getting even more crazy out there. Again, remember how I talked about in many other videos, how we're in a situation where the louder that things are, the more craziness happening in the world. That's because there's more frequency on the planet. It's actually not getting worse, it's getting better, but we're just seeing the shadow come up and out within ourselves, within our relationships, within our communities and countries and the world. And if you're new to my channel, check out my many other videos talking all about this quantum collapse of the old, because I talk about it in many different ways. The attempts by, let's say, the powers that used to be to keep the lid on the expansion of our consciousness and evolution, ascension on the planet, as the, let's just say, negative forces tried to keep the Stargates under control. So I mentioned it before, but a lot of these areas that have constant destruction and suppression of the people is because they are powerful energy centers on the planet. So they hold massive Stargate portals, which is really the consciousness that anchors in through the Stargate network of solar systems, of many stars and galaxies and beyond. It's where energy moves into our creation. And when you damage Stargate points, these energy centers, sacred sites on the planet, then that is how you suppress, right? It's kind of like that is the brain of the planet. That's the nervous system. Well, when you damage your brain, what happens? You can't operate properly. So this has been the agenda, of course, on this planet for many years. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to hear more about Stargates and what's going on in certain places on the planet, because we're going to be seeing an uprising on much more of that as well. Again, no fear about it, but just be aware that there's a lot trying to stop the evolution on this planet. But we have all the power. Remember that. When you go within yourself, you actually activate yourself into higher timelines. You merge, you activate and merge with parallel versions of yourself that are operating literally in different bandwidths of frequency, different timelines. If you didn't check out my last video on parallel realities, definitely do that, because I talk about that more. And also an important video is the one I did before that, which is the Solstice energy, where I talked about the galactic center and black holes and stargates and that. So again, very important videos to understand a lot more. There's going to be a lot of, let's say, people rising as things get more ridiculous. Action is going to be needed this year. Because as things get more ridiculous, we have to be able to rise up and stand with our authority. Speak out your truth. Take action to create the world you want to see. A lot of people think that you can just meditate and just, right, New Earth will just come to you. You need both. We need to go within, align ourselves, and take that action. And then you will start seeing a different world, right? It's going to be very easy to see the horrible things happening in the world, because if you're focused on that, remember the way that your nervous system works, that your senses work, your brain. There's so much frequency happening that the only reason why we see, for example, colors in the visual light spectrum is because we are tuned to see those bandwidths of frequency. That gives us this hologram. And Ascension is really where you activate other frequencies within yourself, and you get to see a completely different reality that is not physical. You start seeing things as crystallized, shape-shifting geometry, and you can start seeing the actual creation behind the physical. So that is how reality works. Know that when you focus on negative stuff going on in the world, it's going to be very easy to attract to you more negativity. Remember, you are in control of your life stream. You direct what you want to see and what you want to create, what you want to manifest. If you're focusing on negative, it's going to be very easy to pull in and affirm that belief that the world is horrible. But if you focus on what you can create right now, then you're going to be starting to see the opportunities in the chaos. Because remember that we are seeing the old Armageddon happening of the old order. As the new is birthing, is literally birthing in its ashes. So if you focus on what is birthing, the opportunities that are everywhere, this is going to be your year. Trust me, it's going to be an amazing year for those that have been doing the work, that are ready to take action. So we're going to be seeing also this year a lot more people that are going to be stepping out of the old 3D system. So things like parents may be homeschooling their kids as things get crazier. A lot of people are going to be growing their own food as things get crazier. It's going to be really a year of taking action, being self-sufficient and community-based, whether that's online or in your local community. Again, I have a full social media platform. Check them out on EARTH1111.com, where you can meet thousands of amazing people just like you from all over the world that want to create a brand new world. So you can register on my site. I'll put the link below in the description. But there's going to be a lot more of things that could happen as far as disruptions in the old systems. Remember, as the old system, whether it is the shipping systems, whether it's the political systems, whether it's the economy, there could be disruptions. So the economy is a big one. Now this, I want to do a full video on this separate, but I'll just touch on it for this video. We have to understand that people are over leveraged. The money is running out, and the money is really at this point quite worthless. The amount of printing of cash is devaluing everyone's currency big time. And of course, this is all the agenda to push us towards a central currency, let's just say, an online one where you are completely controlled. Now, again, I'll talk about that in a full video in more detail. Subscribe to the channel, because I'll be talking about the quantum new Earth economy as well. Because in the old, the new has to birth. Now, this is a year where so a lot of people can be easily controlled when it comes to money. Their focus is on hoarding what they have and not on focusing on what they can create and manifest in the new. So the way that they can essentially control people and create issues in the world is through the economy, because it keeps people, a lot of people will be, hugely tied to a focus on trying to maintain their wealth. So I'll talk about that in a full video, because I'll recommend a lot more. But you have to realize that we live in a brand new opportunity. The old is crumbling to make room for new systems. Everything is birthing brand new. If you focus on what you can actually start creating and sharing and birthing, then it's going to be an amazing year. If you're focusing on everything that's collapsing, going away, disrupted, then it's going to be a year of chaos. It's all up to you. I did do a previous video on Prepare for 2024, Prison Planet or New Earth, where I mentioned a bit more about these things, because it's really about knowing that we imprison ourselves into certain beliefs. And then we get that feedback loop from our reality to reaffirm those beliefs. So it's going to be very much like that as we move into the new year. The extremes are going to be amplified as the old gets shaken. So focus on the new, the amazing things that are birthing. We are in the change now. It's going to be, quite a few years before we see things, the whole new earth birth, but it's birthing in small communities, in individuals, in small pockets right now. You have to search out those. So again, check out my website for a lot more. I did do a video last year, my 2023 predictions, which literally still applies to right now. So if you haven't checked that video out, I recommend watching it next, because it really describes the only stronghold that these, let's say, negatives have over people is to control the lower chakras, to keep you ingrained in survival, in the constant emotional, let's just say lower emotional traumas, wounds, and the victim mentality and the anger, right? And of course, we're going to be seeing, right, the fourth level, which is the, let's just say, false spiritual. This is a worldwide spiritual awakening. Now, of course, the first level, if you're watching my channel, you've probably been through it, the dark night of the soul. You're going to be seeing, right, as your consciousness rises, you see more of what is not in alignment. The problems in the world, the problems in your own life, the darkness. And that's why we're here. We're here to literally allow that darkness to come up and be dissipated. So we don't put our head in the sand and hope it goes away. That is the perfect way to keep you distracted, right? And so we can see the rise of spirituality. And actually, lots of people are turning to religion as well, which again is a distraction where you want to put your power outside of yourself. And you want someone else out there to save you. And this is such an important year to dig deep within yourself and know that going within you is the only way through this mess, right? You have to go through the eye of the storm by doing your own inner shadow work to be able to live authentically in the world. As the fakeness rises, whether it's through AI, whether it's through deceptions, or let's say spiritual, let's just call it entertainment or spiritual bypassing. Right? Because a lot of people, right, they wake up and then they're into the crystals, the tarot cards, those types of things, those are tools in the toolbox. But if that's your whole life and you're not willing to look within at your own shadow, then that's an issue. Again, I've talked about that in many other videos, check them out. But I will do a part 2 for 2024 that's going to focus more on the individual rise, because this is the year that we thrive in the world. If you're watching my videos, you are someone who came here to disrupt the old so we can birth a brand new earth. And this is going to be the birthing of a lot more physical changes in the world. So just know that. But again, I'll talk about that more in part 2. We live in an era where everyone's an expert. You go on to ChatGPT and you can type in anything. And now you use AI robots also to create YouTube videos. And so the amount of going through the jungle, let's just say, to find that diamond, that video that actually helps you is going to be more and more difficult. Pointless, mindless crap out there that's just being bombarded everywhere because it's just getting out of control. And it's going to be a lot harder to find that quality over quantity. So just know that you have to be willing to search out quality. Now, I also mean energy-wise. As things get louder, especially as if you're someone who's awake, who has your Kundalini activated, who's ascending, it really gets to the point where the louder things get, the more you have to search out that solitude, quiet, calm, because your nervous system will get shot. There's so much that's going to be going on. We have to search out nature, things that bring us joy, play, right? So as things get darker, you have to really search out things that bring you joy. So there's no excuse why this year can't be your year to thrive, to finally step into your biggest soul mission. This is our year. This is our springboard into a completely different life. So don't wait. Now stay tuned for part 2, which I'll talk about more as it relates to individually, what we can see happen in our own lives in 2024. Now, if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps my videos get seen to more people. I put a lot of effort into these, and I'm not really being seen to a lot of new audience. So thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to hit that bell as well, and share the video on all your social media platforms. And you can find me on Instagram, TikTok. I'm now posting on Facebook on my page and Twitter. And if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and comment below what you guys are going to create in this brand new year. This is your year to shine. Thanks so much. I'm Roxanne. This has been EARTH1111. Take care. Bye-bye.